In this video, I will explain two concepts used by Aristotle, potentiality and actuality. With the help of these two concepts, I will explain a passage from Aristotle's De Anima. In physics, Aristotle introduced the concept of potentiality and the concept of actuality in order to explain change. These two key concepts are widely used in other theories from Aristotle as well. Understanding them is the key to understand Aristotle. For example, here is a passage from Aristotle's De Anima. At the end of this paragraph, Aristotle gives a preliminary definition of soul in terms of potentiality and actuality. Hence, the soul is the first actuality of a natural body which has life potentially. To understand this definition, we must understand what is potentiality and what is actuality first. For Aristotle, actuality has two senses. In the first sense, actuality is activity. For example, a professor can use his knowledge when he is teaching. In this sense, we can say the professor has the actuality of exercising his knowledge. In addition, actuality has another sense. In the second sense, actuality means disposition. Take a sleeping professor, for example. Although he is not actively using his knowledge, he still possesses his knowledge in sleep. That is to say, he has the disposition to exercise his knowledge if you wake him up and ask him to teach. In this sense, the professor has the actuality of the disposition to use knowledge. One sense of potentiality is defined in terms of actuality. In this sense, potentiality is the capacity or the power to be in certain state of actuality. For example, a child has the capacity to grow up and be a professor with certain knowledge. We can say the child has the potentiality to be a professor possessing knowledge. Now, with the help of the two conceptions, we can now understand this paragraph from Aristotle. At the end of this paragraph, the soul is defined as the first actuality of a natural body which has life potentially. The first actuality here means actuality in the sense of disposition. What this definition tells us is that the soul is a kind of disposition of body. What kind of body it is? The answer is a body which has life potentially. That is to say, the body which have the capacity or the power to live. Now the question is, why does the first actuality here should be read as disposition instead of activity? Aristotle gives an answer in this paragraph. First, he distinguishes actualities in two senses. In one sense, actuality means disposition, just like knowledge. In another sense, actuality means activity, just like contemplation or exercising knowledge. Now, the soul is an actuality in the sense of disposition, not in the sense of activity. This is because when you are sleeping, you are not engaging in the activities of life. You only have the dispositions for those activities of life. And nonetheless, when you are sleeping, you still have life. You still have a soul. Therefore, the soul must be actuality in the sense of disposition, not in the sense of activity.